Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, usually I will be doing a Truth Talk Tuesday video, but seeing as everybody's getting so sick, and I myself just got over being sick last week, and my little one is kind of getting sick over the weekend, I thought that instead of a Truth Talk Tuesday video today, I would do a mommy tips video for you guys today on some tips on how I handle the cold and flu and allergy season in my house to help us get better faster. Last week I got sick at work. There's a lot of people, like I told you guys, I work at a school. A lot of the kids have been getting sent home with high fevers. We've had teachers that are sick, teachers' aides. Everybody's been getting sick. And the other day I felt myself getting sick, and I tried to make it, I tried to last at work, but as the day went on, I was getting more pains in my head and in my body, and I just had to go home. And so I went home and I had body aches, and I slept the rest of the day, and I decided to stay home the next day because at my school they were letting us know that if you don't feel good, if you have a fever, stay home because we don't want to pass stuff, and I don't want to pass nothing to my little ones or my co-workers. So I decided to stay home and rest. So I stayed home and rest, and I did a couple things, and I felt so much better the day after. So today I want to share with you guys some tips on what I do for myself and my kiddos to get better faster when this cold or flu or allergy season hits you hard. So the first thing that you want to have in your house that I think everybody should have is a thermometer. Now, you want to get a good one because you want to make sure that it reads the right temperature, but you want to have a thermometer in your house because in this cold and flu season, a lot of the kids are getting these high fevers, and even adults are getting them as well. So you want to make sure you have a thermometer so that you know if you're having a fever, so that you can, keep control of that. You want to make sure that you have a good one so that that it's reading right, so that if you have a fever, you can handle it, because you want to control those fevers. Now, when it comes to eating and what to feed your kids or what you should eat yourself, when it comes to getting the cold and the flu, a lot of times that comes with a sore throat. And I know when I get sick, especially when I have a sore throat or when I'm congested and I'm still getting over being sick, so you probably see me red around my nose, I'm still getting over being sick, I don't want to eat anything, and sometimes kids don't, but you don't want to force too much food because it'll make them feel sick, but you want to keep them hydrated. Above everything else, you want to keep them hydrated, and you want to keep something in their tummy because food is food is like gasoline. Food to us is like gasoline to a car, and you need gasoline to fuel your car, for your car to drive, and we need food in our bodies so that we can run and we can function properly as well. So even though when you're sick and you don't want to eat anything, you still need to keep yourself hydrated and at least eat something so that your body your body can recuperate and recover and run. So when your kids are sick, or when you're sick yourself and you have a sore throat and you have a cough, soup is and broths are like the best thing to get, or the best way to go, because it puts something in your tummy, not too heavy, keeps you hydrated because it's a lot of liquids, and it also soothes your throat going down as well. Now, also with this cold and flu season, people are having a lot of stomach viruses, and that is like so horrible. You feel like you want to throw up all the time. And you definitely don't want to eat anything at that time, but you still need to have something in your tummy as well, because like I said, you want to recover your body. So when you have a stomach virus, the one thing that I have always remembered is the brat diet. And I heard about this a while back, and basically the brat diet, what it represents is bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. Those 4 things that when you're feeling sick, when you have a stomach virus, it helps your tummy, and it binds up your tummy, and it helps with the acid and whatever that's going wrong in your tummy that's making you feel nauseous or making you feel sick. It helps your tummy out to where you don't feel so sick, and it kind of helps you feel better. But it's not too heavy to where you want to throw up, because when you have a stomach virus, that's what you feel like, you want to throw up. So the bananas and the applesauce and the rice and the toast kind of, settles your stomach, helps with the acid in your stomach, but it also fuels you, and it's not too heavy to where you feel like you want to throw up. Now, you don't have to eat all 4 of those things. I've talked to people about the brat diet before, and I've told parents about that before, suggested it to the parents, like, oh, you should try this because it worked for my kids. And they were like, do they need all of that? You don't need all of it. It's whatever you have in your house. If you just have rice, or you just have toast, or you just have applesauce, or, bananas, or let's say, some of your kids are allergic maybe to bananas or apples, then you can use something else, or if they don't like it. As long as you eat 1 or 2 things in those, those food choices, it'll help you out in, as far as the stomach viruses. So you don't have to necessarily eat all 4 of those, just 1 of the 2 to keep, yourself nourished, to keep yourself feeling better, and it helps your tummy out a lot. I've used the brat diet ever since I learned about it when my second daughter, she's 8 now, since she was a baby. And every time they get sick, I do the bread diet with them and it works well. Also, when you're sick and you have a stomach virus, everybody knows ginger ale, 7-Up, and Sprite is a go-to. I don't know what's in it, but there's something in that helps out people with stomach virus. It just helps your stomach. It makes you feel better. It makes you not want to throw up. And crackers. I think it has also to do with the crackers, and the ginger ale has also to do with it helps with the acid in your stomach. A lot of times with our stomach viruses, it's most of the acid in our stomach that's something's going awry that makes you feel that way, and those drinks and crackers tend to settle your stomach and help you. So those are another things that are great to have as well for, you know, when you have a stomach virus. So the next tips that I want to talk to you guys about that help me and my family out is basically some things that I do at nighttime to help us prepare for a better night's sleep. The one thing that you can do that's the best thing that you can do when you're sick is to get rest. Rest is the main thing that you need to help your body to feel better for the next day or to feel better faster. Your body is fighting off all these germs and they need time to rest and shut down and not waste energy on doing things so that it has all its energy to fight off, you know, the germs. So the things I'm going to talk about right now is basically what I do at nighttime for me and for my kids and for my husband. So with anybody is sick, whether it's me, my husband, or my kids, I like them to take a bath, a nice warm bath in Epsom salt. And usually the Epsom salts that I like to get is the ones that are scented with lavender, peppermint, eucalyptus, because those three like essential oils or scents have some properties in them that are good for you as far as like clearing up sinuses, relaxing you, relaxing the body, relaxing the mind. I don't know necessarily what it is, but it's some properties in them that help soothe you, especially when you're feeling sick. So I like to run a bath for my kiddos with Epsom salt in those scents, and just get them in the bath and just wash them up and, you know, relax them for bed. Now when they get in bed, there's some things that I do before they go to bed that help them. And the one thing that I would say that I swear by, is Vicks Vapor Rub. Now I use Vicks Vapor Rub throughout the day, but at nighttime it's specifically important. And it's so funny because Vicks Vapor Rub, if you come from a Hispanic family, we always talk about, I mean any Hispanic family, they make fun of the parents because parents will always say, like, whether you had like a bump on your head or you had a cold or you had whatever, they would always be like, put Vicks on it, put Vicks on it. And it was like a joke within the Hispanic community that no matter what's wrong with you, mom would always say to put Vicks on it because they say it's the cure-all. But it's so funny, we made fun of our parents growing up. I know I did, but now that I'm a mom, I do use it because it is the cure-all, especially cold, flu, and sinus season, tongue twister. It does help out, you know, it helps me and my family out. If you do have babies, they do have a baby's Vicks Vapor Rub, which I used to use on my daughters when they were younger. But now, you know, my daughters are 8 and 12, and, you know, it's me and my husband, so we use the older one. So Vicks Vapor Rub, it just, I mean, right now, like I need to clear up my sinuses. Just smelling it, oh my God, it just makes me feel better. But basically, I like to use Vicks Vapor Rub on my kids and myself at night. So what I do put it on, I know a lot of people, they put it on their chest for cough. That's the main places that people put the Vicks Vapor Rub, is on their kids' chest. But I also like to put it under my child's nose and in their temples because it helps them as well. I specifically like to put it in my temples because I have sinus migraines, and when my sinuses act up, I tend to have pain right here and behind my eyes, and have a lot of pressure back there. So I feel like when I put the Vicks Vapor Rub on my temples and also on my kids, it kind of soothes that area and releases the tension and releases the pain. I also like to put this on their feet, especially when they were little. You put Vicks Vapor Rub on the heels of their feet, in between their toes, and put their socks back on. And it's something that I have no idea what it is, but it's something that putting Vicks Vapor Rub on the kids' feet in between their toes and putting it on the putting the socks on as they sleep, it's something in it that prevents that helps them throughout the night without coughing, and it helps clear out all that mucus and stuff. I don't know what it is. It's just a wives' tale. I've heard about it, but I've always used it specifically for when my kids were babies, because you can't really give them too much when they're babies. So I used to put the baby Vicks on their feet and put their socks on, and they would wake up the next morning either not coughing or with less cough and feeling much better. So I still use this to this day. When I got sick last week, as soon as I got home, I put this on my temples, under my nose, on my feet, went to sleep, rested all the next day, and I felt much better the next day. And I actually recovered faster than most other people. So I think that it works, and it works for my kiddos as well. So this is a staple in our house to do at nighttime before we go to bed. Another thing that I do for them at bedtime is I turn on the humidifier for them. I have a humidifier in my room, in my kids' room, and I put the humidifier on them, and I put it on their nightstand right next to their bed. It basically puts moisture in the air so that they can breathe better when they're congested and when they're coughing. Trust me, whenever my girls are coughing and sick and I put that on, I don't hear no coughing or anything throughout the night. Trust, I don't. That does something that helps relieve their coughs, and it clears their airway, and it helps them sleep better so that their body can recover and rest that night, and recover for the next day. It does help, and a lot of them come with night lights, so it helps soothe them at night, so they're not in the dark. And a lot of them have where you can have where they have the little things where you can put Vicks in it, the Vicks scent, so it makes the scent of Vicks in the air. So you can also purchase those as well to go with that. But I swear by the humidifiers, even when my kids are not sick, I put it throughout the year, and it just helps them breathe better and help them have a good rest. Another thing that I put in there is I put a diffuser. That's a new thing that I've done this past year. I put a diffuser in their room, not only because it's kind of like a night light, but you can put different essential oils in there to help relax them, but also disinfect the air as well and help them sleep at night. So of course I put peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil, lemon, and lavender, because those scents not only relax them so that they can sleep at night, but it's also a disinfectant scent as well, and helps clear up their airways as well, because like I said, I don't know how it does it, but I've read about it and I've used it and it works. Those scents tend to help clear sinuses, and it helps disinfect the area as well. So it's not only just helping them sleep at night, helping them rest to rest their bodies for the next morning, but it's also disinfecting the room and keeping the room clean, so I can get all those germs out. Which brings me to my next thing that you should do. Whenever the kids are feeling better, the first thing you should do, and the first thing I do, is I take all the sheets out and I wash their sheets immediately as soon as they start to feel better, so I can clean all those germs that were on the sheets from them being sick, and get all those so that we're not spreading germs and get nobody else sick. Another thing I do is I wipe down all the doorknobs, I wipe down the stools, the countertops, bathroom countertops, kitchen countertops, everywhere where they've been touching. Disinfect the whole house so that we're not spreading germs to somebody else, and we're not giving ourselves back the same cold. You want to clean as soon as you can. So I tend to do this after a full day of rest. I let my kids or myself rest the full day being sick, and then the next day, that's when I do the cleaning. Because if you do the clean the same night that someone gets sick, they're just going to be coughing and sneezing and blowing their nose the same day, and then you have to repeat the process. So I let them rest, or I let myself rest for a full day, and then I do the cleaning process the next day, or maybe the next second day, depending on how severe the flu or the cold lasted. So those are my mommy tips on how I tackle the cold and flu season and sinus season in my house that helps us recover faster. I didn't talk about what medicines we take, because everybody's different and certain people can't take certain medicines. Some people, as far as like, me and my husband, we take Alka-Seltzer, the tablets, when we're sick, and it seems to work for us. And then I give my daughters Mucinex when they're sick, and it seems to work for them. But I didn't want to really go into telling you guys you should buy that, because certain people, Mucinex might not work for their kids, and maybe Dimetap works for their kids. Or older adults, some of them swear by Dayquil and NyQuil, and Dayquil works for me, but Dayquil doesn't necessarily work for my husband. And some people like to do other brands as far as like cold and flu. So that's why I didn't really want to tell you guys, well, you should get this one works the best, because what works for me as far as like cold medicine might not work for your body, because our bodies are different. But the tips that I did give you is kind of like generalized things that you can use in your household that I feel that everybody can benefit from, and it can make your cold or your flu or your sinus season last less, or not last as long, and you can recover faster. Me, I told you guys, it hit me hard that first day, and they sent me home from work saying you got to go rest, and I did those things as soon as I got home, and the next day, and then I was able to go to work and feeling much better. When I've seen other people, this cold and flu has lasted days for them. but the tips that I share with you guys on what I do for me and what I do for my kids help me recover within 1 or 2 days. So they've worked for me, so I hope that they work for you guys. I hope I gave you guys some tips to help your kiddos and yourself this cold and flu season. I hope you don't get sick, but if you do, I hope these tips help. And also, like I always ask you guys, leave in the comments area your tips on what helps you guys during the cold and flu season or allergy season for your kiddos and for your family. I'm still learning new tips. I would love to, you know, like I said, when I give you guys my ideas, not only am I helping you guys, but when you guys comment in the area, you know, comment in the comments area, you guys are helping me out to, you know, to learn some more things. You know, you guys learn from me, but I can learn from you guys as well. So don't forget to check out the comments area and leave me a comment, guys. I want to know what helps you guys during this cold and flu season. It's hitting us hard all over the United States and maybe all over the world. It's hitting everybody hard. So any tips you can give me or any tips you can give my other subscribers who will be reading the comments, I would gladly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out. And check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.